What's up, everybody? It's Legal Tender. I'm back in the building. I'm back in the vault. I pulled out a special newsmatic item to make a new video. All right. Thank you for the love and thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are a fan of newsmatics, if you are a fan of paper currency, if you're just getting into the hobby of newsmatics, stay rocking with me, stay rocking with the channel. Every Tuesday is Legal Tender Tuesday, and I will be making a new episode every week speaking about something new, different, or interesting within the realm of newsmatics. And this one is different and it is definitely interesting. So if you have any questions, comments, or input, put it down in the comment section. I read everything and I respond back as soon as possible. Throughout this video, if I say something that isn't 100% accurate or it's a little different from what you know, please let me know via the comments. I will go back, hit the books, and make sure that I have the right information moving forward. All right, with that being said, let's get it. All right, so the special item that I pulled out today, I actually had to go into the vault archives, and I'm really happy and thrilled that I got these in the collection. And this is what we got. Now I may be moving the camera around a little bit so that you could get a better grasp of this newsmatic item. But it is, I got two documents. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to move the camera around. All right, so what I have two documents from the Department of the Treasury. Hold on one second. Let's see if I can zoom. There we go. That one is, now I get weird. From the Procurement Division. And we have another item from, let's get in there, from the War Saving Staff. Okay, so two documents from a bureau within the Department of the Treasury. All right, so this first item I will be speaking about is from the Procurement Executive or the Procurement Division. Excuse me. All right, so let's talk about the word procurement. Procurement, book definition, is the action of obtaining or procuring something. Procurement is the process of locating and agreeing to terms in purchasing goods, services, or other works from an external source, often with the use of a tendering, keyword tendering, or competitive bidding process. The term may also refer to a contractual obligation to procure, i.e. to ensure that something is done. Now this first document, it came in a package deal. I purchased both of these via eBay, and I had it for a while. I had these items for a very long time, and I was going to speak about them at a certain point, but I just had to find the right time to actually pull them out, and I did. Now, this first item, if I get it, there we go. Now, this first document is from the United States Treasury Department Procurement Division, and it is, the address is 76 9th Avenue, New York. And we see right here the State Procurement Officer, and that is Thomas J. Ford. And it's a super dope letter, and it reads that, starting uphill, Mr. Joseph Spann from Amsterdam Avenue and 175th Street, New York, New York. Dear Sir, Mr. Robert M. Miller of 2790 Broadway, New York, New York, has applied to us and is being considered for a position in our procurement division. Since your name was given to us as a reference, may we ask you to write a stating to write Since your name was given to us as a reference, may we ask you to write us stating frankly your knowledge of his person's character and dependability. As you realize, it is important that only reliable persons be taken on the federal payroll. We still appreciate your prompt cooperation and assure you that the information will be treated as confidential. Very truly yours, signed WDF Underhill by direction of TJ Ford, State Procurement Officer. So with this and it is dated July 28th, 1936. So what this document is stating or requesting, it is requesting that the individual writes back to this office speaking about the character of the person that applied for the job. So it's pretty much an old school reference of a character letter. It is requesting a character letter for the individual that applied for the job. So this is a reference, not a reference. This is requesting a reference of somebody's character in regards to employment with the procurement division. So that's cool. Now, the director of the Office of Procurement Executive serves as the Department of the Treasurer's Senior Procurement Executive. They got a couple different hats, and some of those hats are the Deputy Chief Acquisition Officer and the Suspension and Debarment Official. The director is responsible for planning, coordinating, directing, and evaluating all procurement and contracting operations and activities within the Department of the Treasury. The director initiates, formulates, and implements policies and procedures for accomplishing an effective and efficient procurement and contracting program, and serves as the principal expert advisor to the Assistant Secretary, Chief Acquisition Officer in all matters regarding procurement and contracting. Advises other top departmental officials on procurement and contracting matters, and serves as the department's key spokesman and official representative on matters involving procurement and contracting. That's a pretty serious job. So you're pretty much like the advisor. You are the advisor on how to spend or manage the budget, for lack of a better term. Now, I was doing some research, and these are the images of what the procurement division looks like. Now, these are some stock photos that I pulled off of the Matrix, and I hope these are accurate. Now, I got this picture right here highlighted because look at this vehicle right here. Now, it looks like the Model T. I don't know if you can see it. I'm zooming in a little bit. That vehicle right there, it looks like the Model T. Look at the positioning of the car in relation to the building. Check this out. Zoom in a little bit more. It looks like the exact same vehicle model. Now, from the research that I have done in the past, this isn't the Model T. This is a fictional vehicle that would, I guess, fit the time period back when this image was created. But I'll just put that in there. I thought that was pretty cool. A little nuance observation. Now, again, more images of the procurement division, the procurement executive or procurement division. And from what I researched, it is located at 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue. Now, I would say that it definitely fits the architectural design of buildings and other structures within that era, within that area. So This was also in the stock footage in regards to photos, but I don't know if this is actually the same building. Now, this may be like the only thing I could think of is that this is the back part of the building, while this serves as the front, the entryway. Cause look, it gets a little wider back there, but I don't think that this building is tied into the other building. But again, all these images came from the same stock photo slide. Now, something else about the Office of Procurement, it carries out these duties by issuing procurement policy, establishing acquisition goals, evaluating and monitoring bureau procurement organizations, implementing category management, governing treasury and federal-wide procurement systems, managing the acquisition workforce, overseeing treasury charge card programs, managing treasury's suspension and debarment program, and continuously improving the acquisition environment. Now, this is the hierarchy, or I'm gonna just say the rank structure of the Treasury Department. Got the board of directors, the managing director, CFO, and from right here on down, I think this is where the procurement executive individual head guy falls in within this area right here. Now, the mission of the procurement executive or the procurement division is the Office of the Procurement Executive advances effective, efficient, and equitable procurement and contracting operations and activities throughout the Department of the Treasury, the OPE, and that is an abbreviation for, where is it? OPE is Office of Procurement Executive. The OPE achieves this mission by working to, they got a couple bullet mission statements, goals. So the first one is strategically deploy innovations to streamline the acquisition process. The second one is actively pursue department-wide strategies for acquisition. The third one is transform the acquisition workforce to align with the changing acquisition environment. Now, there are a couple other entities that, a couple other goals, or let me see, a few other responsibilities that are inherited in that organization. Good Lord, I'm barely talking correctly. And one of them is one that I know pretty well because with me formerly being a federal employee of the government, there is this thing called a government credit card, and they are responsible for that right there. It is the e-government integrated acquisition environment. The OPE is committed to embracing the concept and ideas of e-government in the use of web-based applications and modern information technology to enhance services and access to information for the bureaus, the public, and other government entities. OPE is fully engaged with the GSA's Federal Acquisition Service. Now, GSA, that's what I'm talking about in regards to the government credit card. Now, we had this credit card. Well, when I was in the military and I had to go from one duty station to another duty station, whether for training or some other Army stuff I had to do, they gave me, well, I had to go through this whole process. I had to do some online training, and I learned pretty much the do's and don'ts and responsibilities of having a government credit card. So I did all the online training, and before I went to the next place for training, they gave me this credit card, and the credit card was to cover my expenses, and I also had a stipend on it. And they told you what you can buy, what you can't buy, and how much money you are allotted to spend on meals. And I'll tell you this much, they were a stickler about that budget, because if you was $1 over, you definitely had the answer to a whole lot of people, and you paying that money back. So that is something else that the procurement executive does. They manage that right there. So that's probably where the CFO implemented that plan, and it had a trickle down effect. Now, this here is a little bit more in depth in regards to the hierarchy, rank structure, and starting up top with the Secretary of Treasury, then the Deputy Secretary of Treasury, and it like branches off and has an umbrella of areas of responsibility in different entities that actually, or different bureaus that actually fall under the Secretary of Treasury's umbrella. And it's a lot. All right. So that was this document right here. So like I say, man, I'm a fan of all things newsmatics, and I will speak about anything that is new, different, or interesting that falls within the realm of newsmatics. Now, when was the Procurement Division established? The General Supply Committee was established from 1910 to 1934, and then it changed to the Federal Coordinating Service Bureau of the Budget in 1921 until 1933. Then the Procurement Division came into existence in 1933 until 1946. Then the Bureau of Federal Supply was from 1947 until 1949. Next question: how big is the Procurement Division staff? There are 9 personnel staff that oversee several responsibilities, and some of those staff positions are data management analysts, integrated award environment manager, treasury procurement equity council chairperson, and acquisition innovation advocate. Now, the exact location of the Procurement Division is 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. And some other bureaus that serve under the Department of the Treasury are as follows: Alcohol and Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau, Bureau of Engraving and Printing, that's a familiar one, the BEP, Bureau of the Fiscal Service, Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, Inspector General, Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration, Internal Revenue Service, Office of the Comptroller, and the U.S. Mint, making 9 bureaus total. Yeah, all of these right here fall under that one right there. And this here is a procurement department roles. Again, starting with the CPO, Chief Procurement Officer, and he just umbrellas down to all these individuals that they manage. And so, yeah, this here is my document that I got from the Procurement Division. So you got the Treasury seal right there. State Procurement Officer. So with that statement right there in this signature down here, I think and I believe, well, the address, because the main office is at 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue. This has an address from New York. So I believe each state has its own procurement office. If anyone can confirm that, please put that down in the comments. Now, I spoke a lot about the other document. Let's speak about this one. Now, this document here is from, come on, I'll just read it. The Treasury Department War Saving Staff. And it is from, it has a letterhead. I'm finna get this in there. Office of State Administrator, Treasury Department, War, it says defense is cut out, saving staff. It has a date of 1942, and it reads as follows. This right here. Mr. Robert A. Berry of 225 West 86th Street, New York, New York. Dear fellow American, that's already very warm in a way to address the individual. Dear fellow American, we realize that your recent hard work in the Greater New York War Bond Pledge campaign was not done with any thought that you would receive recognition aside from the personal satisfaction of voluntarily helping your country in the war effort. However, it is a pleasure to send you this certificate as a token and acknowledgement of your valued help. Please accept it with our sincere thanks. Cordially yours, John T. Adam, Chairman, War Bond Pledge Committee. Get a little wartime stamp down there too. For victory. This document is someone that volunteered their time to support the country throughout the war efforts back in 1942. And they wanted to acknowledge that individual by sending them like this letter of like, thanks for supporting and thanks for your help. So again, man, just two documents from a very established and well documented organization that I can't even get a good image of. But yeah, dug in the archives, I pulled these out and I just wanted to share them with you. So yeah, that is what I got today. I am speaking about my documented Department of Treasury documents. So that's what I got. All right. What you think about that? All right. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell a friend to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And that is all we got. All right. Till next time, keep it legal, keep it tender. Talk to you soon.